It's bath time. You've already turned on the warm water, set out the shampoo, and grabbed a clean towel. Everything is ready. And then your dog disappears. 1 second they were right beside you, tail wagging, following you from room to room. The next, they vanished curled up under the bed, pressed into a corner, watching you with that look. Not playful, not stubborn, something else. Most people shrug it off. They just hate water. Or maybe they're being difficult. It feels simple, almost obvious. Dogs don't like baths. End of story. But that explanation falls apart the moment you look a little closer. Because your dog isn't confused about what's happening. In fact, their brain is reacting with remarkable precision. What looks like avoidance is actually a carefully wired response, one shaped by survival instincts, past experiences, and the way their nervous system interprets control and threat. To your dog, this isn't just a bath. It's a situation where the ground becomes unstable, their body is handled, their scent is stripped away, and their ability to escape is limited. Every signal their brain evolved to recognize as unsafe is quietly lighting up. They're not being stubborn. They're trying to protect themselves the only way they know how. And here's the part most people completely miss. The anxiety doesn't start when the water touches their fur. It starts long before that. Because dogs don't just react to events, they predict them. The same way your dog knows you're about to leave the house when you pick up your keys or put on your shoes, they've learned to read the quiet signals that come before a bath. The moment you walk toward the bathroom, the sound of the door closing, the towel in your hand, the faucet turning on. To you, these are harmless, routine actions. To your dog, they're a sequence, a pattern, and their brain connects it instantly. Before you even call their name, their nervous system is already shifting, heart rate rising, muscles tightening, stress hormones beginning to release. What you're seeing when they hide isn't sudden fear, it's the final stage of a process that's already been building. This is called a conditioned response. Their brain has learned step by step that these signals lead to an experience they don't feel safe in. So they act early, they retreat before the situation fully unfolds. Because, to their brain, the threat has already begun. But this reaction goes even deeper than learned patterns. Because beneath the conditioning, there's something older, something wired into your dog long before they ever met you. For thousands of years, survival meant staying fast, light, and in control of your body. In the wild, a soaked animal is a vulnerable one. Wet fur becomes heavy, movement slows down, scents change, making it harder to recognize territory or easier for predators to track. And then there's the environment itself. A bathroom isn't just a room to your dog. It's a confined, slippery space where every instinct they have starts to conflict. The floor shifts under their paws. There's nowhere to run. No place to hide, no stable ground to regain control. Their brain reads all of this at once. Every signal says the same thing. You are not safe here. And yet, they can't escape. That's the part that matters most. It's not just the water, it's the loss of control. Being held in a space where their instincts are telling them to flee, but their body has no way out, so they freeze. Or resist. Or try to disappear before it begins. Not because they're difficult, because in that moment, they feel completely exposed. And then there's the moment that confuses people the most. The moment your dog stops resisting, they stand still, quiet. No pulling away, no struggle, and it's easy to think finally they've accepted it. But what looks like calm is often something very different, because inside their body, the stress hasn't disappeared. It's peaking, their heart rate is elevated, breathing becomes shallow or rapid. Stress hormones are still flooding their system. The stillness you're seeing isn't relaxation, it's shutdown. A default state the brain shifts into when it realizes something important. Nothing they do will change what's happening. For a long time, scientists described this as learned helplessness. But the reality is more precise than that. It's not that your dog has given up forever, it's that in this moment, their nervous system has switched strategies. From escape to endurance. Fighting didn't work. Avoidance didn't work. So the brain chooses the last available option. Conserve energy. Minimize reaction. Wait it out. It's quiet, controlled, almost invisible. But it's not comfort. It's your dog coping the only way their brain knows how when control is completely out of reach. But here's where everything can start to change. Because your dog isn't experiencing this moment alone, they're experiencing it with you, and their nervous system is constantly reading yours. If you're rushed, frustrated, or forcing them into the bathroom, your body is already signaling tension. Your movements become sharper, your voice tighter, and without realizing it, you're telling your dog something important. This is a stressful situation. Their brain picks up on it instantly. Cortisol rises, muscles tense. The entire experience escalates before the water even starts. But the reverse is also true. When you slow down, when your voice softens, your movements become predictable, and your touch stays gentle, something else begins to happen. Your dog's nervous system starts to sync with yours. This is called co-regulation. Two different species, one shared rhythm. Your calm becomes their signal of safety. Your breathing, your tone, even your presence begins to lower their stress response. Heart rate steadies, muscles release, the edge of panic softens, and in those small, quiet moments, eye contact, a soft word, a reassuring touch, another process activates. Oxytocin. The same bonding chemical that strengthens trust between you starts to rise. Cortisol drops. The experience begins to shift not instantly, not perfectly, but noticeably. The bath is still the same, but the feeling inside it is no longer something they have to face alone. So the next time you see your dog standing in the tub, body tense, paws unsure, eyes fixed on you, pause for a second. Because what you're looking at isn't just fear. It's conflict. Every instinct in their body is telling them to escape, to run, to hide, to find safety, and yet they stay. They stay because of you. Because somewhere in all that noise, all that instinct, your presence outweighs it. Your voice, your touch, the way you've shown up for them again and again, it becomes stronger than thousands of years of survival wiring. And that matters more than most people realize. Your dog isn't allowing the bath because they have no choice. They're allowing it because, despite everything their body is telling them, they trust you to keep them safe through it. That's not obedience. That's trust at its highest level. And once you see it that way, the entire experience changes for both of you. If this perspective changed how you understand your dog, consider subscribing and sharing your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and tell me, how does your dog react when they hear the water start running?